Hello, Year 4. Today is Tuesday, the 9th of February, and today you will need the Key Stage 2 Comprehension Year 4 Targeted Question Book 2 workbook, okay? And today's learning question is, can I infer what is happening in the text? So before we start, I have added a warm-up to the slides. And I've got a picture and I want to know what happens next. Okay, so I want you to just write a couple of sentences, don't have to do much, just a couple of sentences to tell me what you think is going to happen next. So I've got a brown fiery dragon, I have a blue icy dragon. What do you think is going to happen next? So that's your brain warm up for today. I'd love to see what you send in as well. It'd be very interesting to see what you come up with. So today we've got some new vocab that I want to discuss because some of this vocab is new and we might not know what it means. Okay, so you have got the word aquatic, and that means an area of water to be able to live in water. So fish are aquatic animals because they can live in water. I've got the word fantasist. Okay, now a fantasist is someone who thinks imaginary things are real. So I've got a pigeon here that is saying, what are other words for fantasist? And dreamer, daydreamer, visionary, romancer, romantic, idealist, someone that thinks imaginary things are real, so uses their imagination a lot. I've got the word fraud, so that's someone who tricks other people, has a fake, a little bit of a phony. And then we've got maniac. Now I couldn't find an image for maniac that I thought was suitable enough. So a maniac is someone who has an unhealthy obsession with something. So, for example, the Joker has a really unhealthy obsession with Batman. So you could say that the Joker is a little bit of a maniac because he's obsessed with Batman a little bit too much, okay? So that's what maniac means. Okay, so the text that we're looking at today is on page 6 and page 7. It's called The Dragon Sitter's Island, and it's laid out in the form of emails. So it's two people having a conversation with each other in the form of emails. It's about a boy called Eddie and his uncle, who was called Morton. So Eddie and Uncle Morton are the main characters in this text. So I expect that you read through the text at least twice. I'm going to go through a couple of the questions with you today. I'm not going to go through all of them because I know that we're getting quite good at recognising how to write responses to certain styles of questions. Okay, so question 1 says, how does the text layout show you that Eddie and Morton are sending emails to each other? Now, I would have a look very carefully at each email. Now I can see straight away that it says from, to, the date and the subject. Now when you write an email, I'm sure mum and dads have shown you, when you send your home learning off, you usually have to write a subject, and the subject would be perhaps Miss Prince's home learning. It might be the date and then home learning, okay? And you have to type in who you want to send it to. So you type in the year 4 email address and you type in the subject, and then you start your email off, hi Miss Prince, or to year 4, dear year 4, please find Amelia's home learning for today in the photos below. Thanks, Amelia's mum. Okay, so that's how an email is usually written. Now you can also tell that it's an email. It's laid out. It uses emails because it says attachments. Now you can send things called attachments to an email. And they would be things like photos, Word documents, like pictures, drawings, okay, video clips. So they would be attachments. So I would say that the text layout shows me that it is that the characters are sending emails to each other because the text shows who the emails are from, who they are being sent to, and they also have a subject written in them to show you what the email is going to be about. Okay, so looking at question 2, it's asking you to explain what reliable evidence is, and it's asking you to look on line 9. So I'll just read line 9 out to you so you can find it and have a think about what we mean by reliable evidence. I discovered that there is no reliable evidence that the monster has ever existed. Okay, so thinking very carefully. Now, we haven't got the word reliable in our vocab glossary for our text, so I would recommend that you look up what the word reliable is. We know that evidence is things that you use to support your argument. So what might the word reliable mean? So on the board, I've got reliable, consistently good in quality or performance, able to be trusted. It also means a reliable person or thing. So you might say, Liam is really reliable because he turns up to school on time every day. Or you might say, Olivia Rose is really reliable because she completes her spelling practice every week. Okay. You might say Isabella Pass is reliable because she emails in her home learning every day. So reliable is someone who is consistent at doing certain things. So reliable evidence is evidence that is consistent and that supports your arguments and your predictions. Okay. So reliable evidence is something that you can trust because it's reliable, it's trusted. Okay, so I've skipped question 3 and 4 because I think you'd be really good at answering them on your own. So we're going to have a quick look at question 5. Now, question 5 says, how does the author change his writing style in lines 30 to 32 to show that Morton is excited? So just read very quickly lines 30 to 32. I'm coming home. We'll change my tickets and catch next plane. Do not approach the monster till I get there. It might be dangerous. So it's a very short email, lots of exclamation marks, and it doesn't make sense. So what is it about the writing style that shows that he is excited? So I would say that there are shorter sentences. I would also say that he uses a lot of exclamation marks. Okay, and I would also say the sentences don't make sense. Now, the reason why the sentences don't make sense is because he's in a rush. He's writing shorter sentences because he wants to get there to see the monster, doesn't he? Okay. So he's written in shorter sentences. He's used exclamation marks to show he's excited, and his sentences don't quite make 100% sense. Okay. So I want you to have a go at answering questions 6 and 7 on your own. Now, these again are going to be using inference, so bless me. So you need to read the text through. Remember your learning question using inference Iggy. So you're going to be trying to pick out what you can infer from the text. Now, your challenge for today, because they're talking about a monster, I want you to find out what the Loch Ness monster is. What is it? Who is it? Is it real? Is it fake? Can you do some research to tell me what, and then to tell me what it is and what you think? Do you think it's real or do you think it's fake? Okay. Now, people have said that the Loch Ness monster does exist, but there aren't many photographs of the Loch Ness monster. Okay, so have a look and see if you can find out any information that'll persuade me that the Loch Ness monster might be real or fake. Okay. Now, we're just going to reflect very quickly on today's lesson. So, your reflection statement or sentence starter for today is: one thing that I found hard today was. So, what was one thing that you found hard today? I might say I found researching the Loch Ness monster for the challenge was tricky, or I might say I found answering question 5 where I had to look at features of an email. At question 5 where I had to look at the way that Morton was writing his email was tricky because I wasn't quite sure what I was looking for that showed he was excited. It might be that you weren't sure about the features of an email, okay? So I want you all to have a go, try and have a reflect. And as always, please send in photos of your home learning. Now, today is your last day of comprehension this week. So today is your last day using this book. You'll be moving on to your writing book tomorrow, okay? And I'll see you all then. Bye.